Greg Hennis, and welcome to Plowmans Windows and Doors. We are here at 118 East Vine Street in the heart of Millville, and we are joined by Joe Plowman and Carol Plowman. And Joe, somebody told me, actually you and Carol were telling me, 40 years Plowmans Windows and Doors. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. It's actually been a little bit over 40, but 40 years in our own business.
Over the years, I know the thing you've always strived for is top quality installations, top quality products, and standing behind, along with the manufacturers, what you do.
That's the most important. When you buy a window, you put it in your home. You don't want to have a window in your home for 2 or 3 years and have a problem and nobody comes out and takes care of it. We come out, we'll do any type of repairs that's needed on the windows. Manufacturers supply free parts. It's really convenient that way, saves you a lot of money.
Now, over the next 30 minutes, we're going to have a unique opportunity to go on some job sites with Joe and the crew, and we're going to actually visit with you a little bit here in the showroom, Carol, go on a tour on the products. But over the next 30 minutes, if you're thinking about windows, you're thinking about doors, stop thinking and come visit Plowmans. Now, Carol, your showroom hours here in Millville are from when to when?
We are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 and on Saturdays from 9 to 1.
And is there a website if someone would like to visit to learn more about Plowmans?
Oh, absolutely. Plowmanswindows.com.
And a phone number?
856-327-2841.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm excited to go on and visit some of the job sites and learn what makes Plowmans Windows and Doors what it is, and that's really special. As we open up the door, we're going to enter into one of the many areas here at Plowmans Windows and Doors where we have doors on display for people to come and check out.
Yes. This area features mostly our double doors, and those double doors do come in a variety of different types. This one happens to be a French door. French doors feature a door that has both panels that are able to be opened fully, and that would allow the customer to get a full 6-foot opening, for example. It's also great for moving furniture if they have a small door in a different area of their home. And of course, if they're entertaining, it allows easy access flowing in and out to a backyard. Now, the other product that we have is a hinged patio door. Now, a hinged patio door will feature one door as a fixed panel, and the other door, Greg, will fully open up and lay back against that. And another nice feature this has, it does have a sliding screen. So it's very similar to a sliding patio door, but it's a hinged patio door.
Carol, as we continue our tour, one of the things that I wanted to bring up with you is obviously over the 40 years that Plowmans Windows and Doors has been in business, one of the things that you've built a business on is quality installations. But we also wanted to ask, do-it-yourselfers, contractors, do you work with those type people as well, cash and carry, things like that?
Absolutely. We have a lot of great product lines, great pricing. We even do have, in some of our window products, we have some stock windows. So if someone needs something very quickly, as well as entry doors and storm doors. If they need something quickly, we can usually accommodate.
Okay. Next to you over here, what do we have, Carol?
So the sliding patio door. Sliding patio door, just as its name implies, is a door that one panel will slide, whether you choose the left or the right, and the other panel will be a fixed panel. This particular one does feature the blinds in between the two panes of glass, and that is available in all of our different types of doors.
Back here we have different handles. It looks like you can actually interchange some of the hardware.
You can. On the sliding patio door, this particular model allows you to have the different colors, whether it be a nickel, a brass, an antique brass, or an oil rub bronze. The beige would be put on a beige door, and of course the standard white comes on a white door.
And right here behind us is one of many, many, many entry doors that are on display here at Plowmans.
We do. All of our doors, all of our office doors and closet doors, we feature a different type of door. That'll enable someone to come in, get a good feel for what type of glass is available, what type of designs are available on the door panels. The doors that we feature are both fiberglass as well as steel, and we do have a variety of wood doors that are available as well.
Someone is looking to upgrade to a new type entry door. and they're not really sure what's best for them. What's the best way when they come here to Plowmans Windows and Doors to really know what's going to work best for their home and their needs?
Yeah, doors do take some time. I always tell people, come in, we'll sit, we will look at different pieces and parts that are available for them to touch and feel and see, as well as seeing the full-size display. And they can, step by step, choose the different features, and we will build upon that and come up with a price at the end.
But the best part of all is when you come here to Plowmans, as Carol mentioned, throughout the showroom, here and all the offices, they've got all different kinds of display doors and entry doors that you can actually take a look at, which really helps you to have a better understanding of how it's going to look in your home.
That is correct, Greg.
All right, Carol, we're inside the display area here for windows. What are we looking at here?
Well, Greg, this is a vinyl, either replacement or new construction window. It does come both. Features double pane insulated glass, fully welded corners on the sash and the frame, and naturally it does tilt in for easy cleaning and maintenance. This does happen to be one of our top of the line windows, and it does have that full warranty that we spoke about, including the double pane insulated glass being warranted against glass breakage.
All right, here we are today on a entry door system. This house happens to be block and wood structure. Normally what we do with these houses, we remove the old door, and you'll see them removing the door here. Then we take the new door and we dry fit the door into this opening. This is my son Wes and Phil working on this house. All right, right now what they got is they got everything out of the opening. They're ready to dry fit the main frame. We always dry fit once to make sure everything fits proper. And you see they're pulling the door into the opening. Once he dry fits this door, they'll put a very healthy bead of silicone under the door, and sometimes we use a contact adhesive around them. They'll also back seal all the brick mold into the opening. He's checking out to make sure that the door is level in the opening. They do all corrections before they actually do the sealing in the bottom of the door. They also check the door that it can be leveled within that block wall. That's very important that you can level after you put the door frame in. They're going to remove the frame now. He's going to apply a nice healthy bead of silicone down to the bottom. After that, the door frame will be mounted into the opening and squared. You obviously see there was a shim on one side. He had to remove the shim. He's going to put a seal under the shim, and he's going to reseal over top of that shim. Now he's checking the depth of the threshold. He's going to run a silicone bead across the front. So the door is going to sit on top of it. It's like a gasket. When you put a gasket together on a car, it'll start to shoot out the front of the door. It stops any water from coming back in.
Then we always seal the brick molding to the door.
Now you can see he's got the door. He's going to apply a nice bead of silicone on the outside. He's running down the back side of the brick molding. Again, so when the door hits the back of the framing there, that silicone will ooze out so you don't have any air leaks around the main frame of the door. Now they're setting the door. They're actually wiggling that frame back and forth with his feet so that it removes all the air pockets from under the door frame. Comes a recheck with the level. Now he's centering the door frame within the opening.
Yep.
Most doors get an average of 5 screws up each side and 3 across the top. They always do the 2 bottom ones first, then they do the 2 top. Everything gets filled in from thereafter down the sides.
Good.
He's going to bring the door in. They're going to put it on the pins and check out how it's fitting in the opening.
Got it.
What he's doing now is he's going to close that door so he has a daylight space going down it, approximately a 1/4 inch. He wants that to be even at the top through the bottom. This is one of the most important spaces on this door. Everything else is show contact. If this door is larger at the top or larger at the bottom in its closing position, it's no good. So they got to get that within 1/8 of an inch. He's loosening up the hinge screw on one side of that door to correct that space.
Check it there.
All right, Carol, so one of the things that I really am excited to talk about here for just a moment, entry doors that have a customized finish to them.
Yes, the manufacturers that we work with will offer a wide variety of colors that the customer can choose. Some are standard, some are a custom color for a nominal fee, but there are literally hundreds, perhaps thousands of colors that they can choose from. And they will pre-finish the door at the manufacturing plant, the frame as well as the door. They will offer that in paint, and they will offer that in stain. So it's a great product. The customer no longer has to worry about having to do something afterwards. It's kind of a turnkey. Once we're done and the door is installed, they have nothing else they have to do.
Can you have one color scheme on the outside and a separate one on the inside?
Yes, and that's quite popular. A lot of times we will have a two-color paint, or a lot of times we'll have paint on the outside and someone will pick a natural stain color for the interior.
All right, Carol, so we often hear the term casement window. Show us what a casement window is.
Okay, a casement window is a window that cranks out and gives you full ventilation from top to bottom. One nice thing about a casement window is it opens on a full 90-degree, so once you remove the screen, you could actually put your hand out through the side and clean the outside surface. One of the reasons a lot of people might be required to put a casement window in is for egress opening. Now, egress is for fire escape. On new construction, not on old construction, it is required to have a certain square footage so that we have a escape opening, and more importantly for firefighters to get in to save lives. So we can use a casement window and make it a lot smaller. Some people don't want the look from the exterior to be much different than that of a double hung, which is an up and down window. So we mimic and put a faux meeting rail here, mimicking the meeting rail where the top and the bottom sashes meet. And that way we give the appearance of this in the closed position being a double hung window.
Now, behind you is another neat product. We have
yes.
windows that are perfect for porch applications.
Yes, these are Easy Breeze memory vinyl windows. They traditionally come in the 4-panel design. The frames can be purchased in a couple of different colors, as well as the memory vinyl. What we mean by memory vinyl, Greg, is instead of glass, this actually has a material that is like a plastic.
Wow.
And no matter what you do with this, it will go back and hold its memory and go back into the original shape. The nice thing about these windows for porches is you can get 75% air, and that air can be gotten from the top, or you can move all the panels up, and you can get 75% air from the bottom.
Cleaning and things like that, pretty normal cleaning?
Absolutely, yeah. There are certain products that they don't want you to use on the memory vinyl, but there are so many products out there that are available that it will make the cleaning easy. One thing I wanted to mention about this, even though we don't have it on display, since this isn't a glass, we can actually put these in porches, and we can put these all the way down to 2, 3, 4 inches
Wow.
off of the ground. So that way it gives a very open view on the porch.
So if they like this product, and they come into the showroom and they say, I want to see that product for my porch with a memory glass, you'll know what they're talking about.
Absolutely.
Now, Carol, over
Yes.
here we have some examples of basement type windows.
Yes, we do. The basement windows we have are hopper windows, and that would be a window that actually tilts into the home. And we do have windows that are a slider window, and that would be a window that slides left and right.
We are now joined by Carol Plowman here at the showroom at Plowmans Windows and Doors at 118 East Vine Street here in Millville. And Carol, 40 years, is that right?
Yes, 40 years.
And Plowmans Windows and Doors is really known for a whole bunch of things, but one of the things that really stands out is your showroom here, and you have it set up in such a way that people can really come and get a really good understanding of the product and actually see what it's going to look like in their home.
Yes, I think coming here and having a hands-on is much better than going to the home, bringing a small pop-up sample, and they don't really get a good feel for what the product is like. Here they're going to see and operate full-size displays in both window and door products.
Speaking of windows, let's get right into the windows. Talk about windows for us here at Plowmans.
Well, we have a variety of replacement and new construction windows, of course, in all different varieties of double hungs, sliders, casements, bays and bows, and a lot of them you will be able to see on display. We have a bay window right here behind Greg. We do have a bow window that we also have on display.
And your warranties that come along with your windows are fantastic, along with the manufacturers.
Yes, almost every manufacturer that we have offers a full lifetime warranty. That is on all the pieces and parts, operating mechanisms, the glass against condensation, and we even have a manufacturer that warrants the glass against glass breakage. So if it accidentally gets broken by a stone from a lawnmower or weed whacker, or yes, Greg, a child playing ball, then they will give you a new piece of insulated glass as long as you live in that home. So that's a great feature to have, little peace of mind.
How you doing? I'm Joe Plowman, Plowman's Windows and Doors, 118 East Vine Street, Millville, New Jersey. I'm going to take you on over here and show what we're working on today. Okay, we got you out here on one of our jobs today. This is where we're going to be taking down the shutters, the siding, and pulling this window, and we're reinstalling new construction. And we wanted you to see how we do this. This is type of work only done to these type of homes where they're newer homes, where the windows are put in like this and there's no main frame to the window. Okay, we're down here on this job here where we're going to be removing the siding and removing the window. Typically what these guys do is they actually, well, I'm sticking this putty knife in, they don't take anything down. It's called pocket sleeving. They'll sit here and they'll cut this window right out of this track, pull the window out, and then they put a replacement window in. As far as I'm concerned, it's not the way you should be doing this. And in a minute you're going to be able to see them taking the siding down on the walls. When they take it down, they will mark and they will letter every piece as it comes down. It has to go back in the same spot. Okay, as you can see, they're removing the siding off the house right now. You actually notice they're marking every panel that they take off. Every panel has to go back. This is the process on how you're supposed to be doing these houses, as far as my opinion is, when you're taking out a new construction window. We will be putting back a new construction window, which you'll see further down the show here. Okay, we're here and you can see we pulled down all the siding. It's a little hard to see, but they marked all the rows. They also came off the window 8 inches on each of the sides so that when they put the new window, they can balance it back. This window's already been unnailed, so now you're just going to watch them remove the window from this opening. Now, as they're removing that window, you can see there's a little bit of insulation around it. That's basically what's good. And the window had no back seal, but this house is several years old, so most of the time they weren't back sealing back then. When we actually install the new windows, we'll actually back seal behind the frame before we put it in. Okay, you can see now we're actually insulating the extension jamb of this window. When these houses are built, sometimes these guys do their own extension jambs, and not everybody insulates them, but it's a good idea if you can to insulate them. And you can see Matt's insulating around the window now. George is preparing the tape at the bottom, and once that's all done, they'll be ready to try to fit that window in there.
Hi, this is Matt from Plowmans Windows and Doors, and what we're doing here is we're cutting back the extension jamb in order to fit our window, because our window goes in a little bit deeper than the old one did.
Okay, we're now getting ready for the next phase of this window, which you're actually watching George put a bead of silicone around this window. And the idea behind that is when the window gets pushed against it, the nail flange is going to squash that. So it's going to be like doing a gasket on a car, a valve cover gasket. So you're not going to get air between that. And already on this one window, he went through a whole tube. It's common on most of these windows use a tube and a half on them. Twins use even more. This is going to make a real nice tight seal when this window's up there. All right, you're watching them install the window now. This is going to be the first fit on it. Sometimes they got to do a second try on this. It's already got the silicone on it, so there is no second try. He's pushing the insulation back in from the inside as the window's going in. Okay, the window's pushed all the way in now at this time. So what they're doing now is they're going to center it back up between the pencil marks they did on the outside to make sure that the window's back exactly where the other one was. After that, they'll start applying screws or nails to the window. That's usually a choice, whatever people decide. We like to put screws in our windows rather than nails. And before they took the old windows out, they put marks around the window frame to show where it was. That's what they're balancing back up with, is so that that window winds up back centered exactly where the other window was. So they've done 2 at the bottom. Now they're working to the top. It's the 4 corners. Good. Now they're doing the centers of the whole window frame. Besides leveling that window, they're checking the crack line. They want to make sure when they open that sash up, they have a straight line of daylight coming out of the bottom and a straight line at the top. Now they had to make a slight adjustment in the window. That's why they removed the screws out. That's why we use screws instead of nails. On the right-hand side of the window out here, you watch George is filling in all the screws now all the way down.
Good.
You're checking the top between the inside out, he's sighting the top, and George is going to put the center screw in. Doing the same thing on the bottom. Center bottom screw. Now they'll finish off screwing it in, and then the next phase will be the tape on it. Okay, now you see they're applying the window wrap tape around the window again. This is our second window on the front of this house we're doing this to. And again, this is to make a real good bond between the window and the wall, because we don't get no air or water through there. That goes on all 4 sides of the windows. And you can always see the bottom pieces on first. Then after that, the window's put in, the side pieces go on. Last piece goes on is across the top. Okay, you see right now he's finishing heating up the window wrap tape. You can see it's on all 4 sides. And he's got it up on the top. So the first piece goes on, which you see right there. The window goes over top of that. After the window's all done, sealed in, and fastened back, they put the 2 sides up. Then the last piece goes across the top. Every piece is overlapping the other piece in case water goes behind something that doesn't get in around the window frame. Okay, now you can see the windows are in. The window wrap tape's around both windows. Now we're putting the siding back. And as he puts the siding back in place, every piece has been marked on the wall. He's also got a mark on the wall and a mark on a piece of siding where the siding was originally placed at, exactly where it was placed. So now he'll just proceed to nail that panel into place. And it's really important that when they do this, that everything goes back where it came from. There's no buying more siding, there's no anything else. That's why a lot of people don't like to do this. You have to be really careful with everything you're doing with it.
All right, Carol, final area we want to touch on here in our visit at the showroom at Plowmans, storm doors.
Yes, we have quite a selection of storm doors on display, probably about 15, 20 doors. And the storm doors come in a variety of styles as well as colors. The first one here is our traditional full light storm door, where you would take the glass out, put a screen in for the spring and summer, and vice versa in the fall and winter. It is featured with lever hardwares that do also come in a variety of different colors. Moving on, we have another door that is a full view. However, it is a full view that is what we call the retractable screen, where you have a split glass top and bottom, and the top glass is actually attached to a screen that comes out of a roller cassette, so that it's very easy to ventilate when you want to, and you can close it up whenever you want to. So you're not stuck both in the winter or spring, that if you have a glass in, it has to stay in and you can't get any ventilation on a day that you might like to have some ventilation. And moving on, we have 2 more doors that I wanted to feature here, and they are a little further down here. The first one is going to be our traditional self-storing door. Rather than the screen being in a roller cassette, it is on the exterior of the storm door in a fixed position. Some of the doors, the screen stays only at the bottom, and there are others where you have the choice of putting it at the top or the bottom. And like a storm window, you are able to raise and lower the glass to get as much or as little ventilation as you would like. And the last door that I wanted to feature today is one of the newer models. And for those people that like the blinds inside of the glass, this is a door that is a 3/4 view. It allows you to have a blind that is sandwiched in between two panes of glass that will slide up and down. And of course, the louvers will tilt in and out to direct the light.
All right, Carol, so before we walk away from the storm doors
Yes.
here, we've got a couple of samples here of different hardware and different materials that the doors are made of. Talk to us about this.
Okay, so the piece here I'm holding is showing a storm door that is a wood core storm door with a vinyl tech coating. It's featuring a nickel handle. And the other one, if I may change with you,
Sure.
is a door that is featuring the extruded aluminum series, which is one step above the wood core series, and this one is featuring the aged bronze hardware. Most of the doors that we do display offer a full lifetime warranty to the homeowner.
And I got to tell you, when it comes to storm doors, if you're looking for something, come here to Plowmans. You can really get a great sense of what's going to best suit your needs because you got them all on display.
Absolutely. We have about 15 or so doors on display.
Joe and Carol, we want to thank you both for taking time with us. It's been great to see what Plowmans Windows and Doors is all about. Joe, final few seconds. If someone is thinking about windows and doors, why would they owe it to themselves to give you a shot here at Plowmans?
Well, because we're family owned and operated, all our installers are trained. We follow the same system of installation on every house, doesn't matter how big the house is, how small, and we only use a certain quality of windows today.
Carol, one thing that I've learned over the years by knowing Plowmans Windows and Doors and dealing with them not only as a spokesperson but as a customer, is you guys really care about your customers.
Oh, yes, customer service is very important to us. Kind of our motto is customers first, service second to none.
If someone is not familiar with Millville, but they'd like to take the time to come down and visit the showroom to learn about products and to get an idea of what it would take to do some work at their home, what's the best number to reach you at, and what are the showroom hours?
The phone number is 856-327-2841, and the showroom hours are Monday through Friday, and that's 8 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to 1.
And website once again, Carol?
It is plowmanswindows.com.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you're thinking about windows and doors, don't just trust it to anybody. Trust it to an organization that really cares about you. 40 years, being in business for over 40 years, that says quite a bit. It's Plowmans Windows and Doors at 118 East Vine Street, right here in the heart of Millville.